What's going on, family? I want to go ahead and pinpoint a situation when it comes to black people mental health. Meaning mental health, meaning that not you're not sane, but you have a mental condition, especially those that are not aware of who they are. You can have some people claim, I know who I am, you don't know who the fuck you is. None of us. Most of our history has been eradicated, erased, burnt, and demolished. We have bits and pieces of what people telling us, and you don't even know which one is the lies. One thing I can say, if you follow your heart and your spirit, the God inside you will lead you to the truth of who you are. But it don't have to be to a point of a name of a particular tribe or a particular offspring. But who are you are spiritually. I have, if nobody has ever heard of him, is Dr. Yusuf Ben Yochanan. A lot of people may have not heard of him, but he's a black scholar that has been teaching long since the 1940s and 50s. Pay attention to what he has to say and tell me what you think about this.
We got to look at how we are damaged mentally. Let's go to church tomorrow, Sunday, and we're going to sing, Make Me Whiter Than Snow, O Lord. Now, you may be, because you may be lighter than me, you got to change, but how the hell I'm going to get whiter than snow? But it isn't bad enough. You're going to get more ridiculous than that. Wash me in the blood of the Lamb, and I'll be whiter than snow. No, I'm black like this. Then you wash me with red blood, and I become whiter than snow. You're crazy. But they can tell you that, and you find nothing wrong with it because you don't know yourself. You don't know your history.
Bottom line, I don't understand the concept of traditionally that this particular knowledge has been passed down to us by generations. 9 times out of 10, if you know anything about a history when it comes to America, it was illegal for us to read. Now, if it was illegal for our ancestors to read at the particular time, and especially when the Europeans was being controlled by religious sects, by the Christian faith, by the Catholics, by the Pope Nicholas himself, who declared and decreed the bull popple in order to enslave your ancestors in the first place. And here it is, as they say, 250 years celebrating America, and 250 years you still fall up under the same psychological barrier that's keeping your goddamn ass enslaved. Everything that comes out the mouth from the time that you were in school, you always been taught that you was less than. That every black person that ever achieved something in America, he was also enslaved. That means from the time in history that you thinking from the beginning of everything, even Adam and Eve, you always thought you was a slave. You was taught that. You was taught that, the reason why you're being conditioned and used the way you are because God is testing you, seeing how much you can take. Stupidity. We are the only race of people on the face of this planet that have no unification, especially those that lost direct connection to their descendants. If you do not know your true bloodline, where you come from, and who you really are, how can you still be standing up in the church praising and worshiping a God that does not even belong to you? Why are we still stuck at the bottom of the totem pole? Why are these preachers still preaching the same old bullshit while the whole community around that church is still in a fucked up condition? still is damage, still homelessness, no job, people losing their homes, people still going to jail, people still getting treated no differently than our descendants in the past. Ask yourself a question. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much Jesus you have in your life, why the conditions of the world and your life has never changed. I hear people talking about how God has saved my life. No. You learn how to conform into the system in order for you to make it. You learn how to humble yourself, be quiet, and be the good slave they've been trying to train us to be ever since elementary school. Jesus and God has nothing to do with the change of your life. If you got tired of doing something that you knew was wrong in the first place, it was time for a change. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself for being spiritually awoken and being mature enough to wake up and realize that this is not the life that you want to live. It has nothing to do with Jesus, the Bible, or their traditional studies when it comes to Christianity. That has something to do that with inside of your heart and your mind and your spirit. Your God has been talking to you since the day you was born. And it has anything and not anything to do with the Bible. You've been told to have faith and believe in something that was never there in the first place. So let me ask you something. Is it more important to believe and have faith into something that you don't know is true, or to be factual in knowing that everything you do was a part of the decision that you made because you're doing what is right? Wake up, people. You got more things to fight about different things, about whoever, whatever, instead of finding out what we have all alike. And that's being oppressed and being controlled by a system that should not be here. Peace out. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers. I'm only to 200 and something. So y'all help a brother out. Peace.